Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, then welcome to the channel. Today's video is all about this Chantry Stratocaster, which I picked up on Marketplace for 10 quid in a sorry old state. Not heard much about these guitars, not really know much about these guitars, except they were made for Sue Ryder charity shops under the guidance of someone from the Shadows. If anybody knows any more about these, then please do put it in the comments, because there's not much info out there and I don't have time to look it up. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video. This one's a shocker. This guitar, I mean, not the video. Anyway, enjoy. So yeah, as I suspected, thin trem block. Hate to see that. If you've watched my other videos, you'll know what I mean. And it's pinned right back as well. Even though that was working, wasn't it? Like that? No, not really. Okay, so now that crack is in the paint. It's not actually in the wood. Looks like a router string, but yeah, it's bizarre. I'm pretty sure it's not on like done in manufacturing. It's very weird. And there is a bit of a crack in the finish there. Plans for this guitar is we're going to repaint it anyway, but standard crappy trim. I've got loads of these, but you know, they do the job. Probably won't use it as a floating trem because they never really work very well. I've disabled all of mine on my guitars. Don't miss it, to be fair. But yeah. Yep, as suspected, your usual entry level kind of setup right here. Ceramic pickups, but you know, they're not terrible. I use these in one of my guitars just like this, the one with the flashy LED lights. These views, so you should check that video out. It's awesome, and I actually do play that guitar in my function band, and it sounds great with my Harley Benton Tube 15, etc. So that's what you got in there. All looks pretty decent though. I mean, as in put together well, soldered. It's clean and tidy. You know, all of that stuff. Huge ness there, so you can have any kind of pickup configuration you want in there without touching it. No evidence of whether it's a ply body or not at the moment, but we'll keep on taking it a bit. So the neck is really nice. I really like this neck. This is better, or as if not much better. No, this is better than other entry-level necks that I've had. It's got the nice little lip over there, which I quite like. So the fretboard doesn't go flat to the end of the neck. It's got a little lip. Looks really good. Like that a lot. And then the body. I want to see. I don't think it is a ply body. I think that is. I think it is solid wood, which is lovely for a guitar at this price. It's had a little bit of work there. It's been like sort of chiseled out there to maybe get the neck a bit flatter, so it's had some kind of a setup maybe, or they've done that in the factory. I don't know. But yes, I'm confident that that's a solid body guitar. What it is, I don't know. Apparently they're ash. I don't know. It's got a nice weight to it. It's not too heavy. I don't know how that's happened. But anyway, what I'm going to do with this is eventually this is going to be resprayed. This is going to be for my daughter. I'm not going to do anything else to it. I'm not going to change anything. I'm not going to do anything apart from she wants it like a surf green. We're probably going to change the pickup covers and knobs, maybe for some more aged knobs. So she wants that kind of Squire classic vibe kind of look to it, which is fine. So we're going to do that at some point. For now, I'm going to clean it all up, put it all back together, chuck some strings on it, set it up, and see how it performs. And we can compare it to the Harley Benton I have here and my PV Raptor that I have here, which is kind of like, they're a little bit more expensive, but apparently these are really good. So we're going to give it a go. So here it is. Cleany time. It's interesting here, you can see where they've polished the finish out here really well, and then when under the scratch plate it's not been finished. You see that? I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can see that. You can still see some pitting in the paint and stuff like that, which is a way to, you know, save time, so it saves money, keeps the cost down and stuff like that, but it's hidden by the scratch plate. I thought that was interesting. Maybe not, I don't know. So I'm just using just a normal multi-surface polish just to get the griminess off, but you can see, I mean, the paint finish isn't the best. You can see some polishing marks. Some of it may have been me just then, but you know, it's not terrible. It's this thing here that gets me. That's really bizarre. I don't know how that's happened. I'd love to know how that happened, because it's kind of looks like it is supposed to be in a design, but I know it's not. But anyway, we'll keep cleaning, put the neck back on. There's not much else to it really. Give it a setup and stuff. You know the drill. Cleaning this thing up, you can tell that it is it's not been used at all. It's got a few scratches here and there, probably from being just thrown around or put in storage or something, but it's coming up like brand new. There's no playing marks on this at all, anywhere. I don't think it's ever been played. 10 quid! 10 quid, people! Yeah, I mean, look at this neck. I'm excited about this neck. To the point where I might have to keep it. No, I won't. Even the inlays are perfect. The dot inlays, there's no sunken dots, you know, you get that sometimes with cheap guitars. They're very, very well done. Flush, the frets are absolutely great. That is a nice neck. Take this hardware apart, give that a polish up. These knobs I'll probably go and just wash them up in the washing up bowl, just to get the grime off. We'll leave the arm off, not bothered about that, and then we'll stick it back together. This back on in here, and what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna pin it back with 5 springs in it, which I feel does help a little bit with sustain, as well as having a chunkier block, but I think the springs do more. That's my opinion. You could tell me I'm wrong if you like. People do like to tell me I'm wrong, but in my experience, and I've built a lot of guitars, if you put 5 springs in the back and pin the trem back, it just seems to sing a bit more. That's all, to me, to my ears anyway, and to my feel. Yeah, you know. When it comes to springs, and I've heard other guitar builders, luthiers and stuff say the same thing, is when you've got the 3 springs in and you're using the trem as a floating trem, they always seem to, come on you little bugger, they always seem to have sort of like one in the middle and then going off at angles like this, and that causes, and I can understand this, would cause friction. Like it's not free in movement as much as if they were just straight on. So whenever I've had a guitar and I wanted to use the trem and set the trem up, I've always set them straight. So one on the outer, one in the middle, and one on the outer there, just straight. And it seems to just flow backwards and forwards a bit better. Don't know if that's a real thing or if it's just in my mind, but maybe you can let me know in the comments what you feel about that. But I've always done that. I've always changed them. They seem to have this like triangle thing going on, but I've always changed them, and it always seems to be better. Back in, start with the middle one because that makes the claw straight, and then you just stretch it in. Otherwise, if you start on the outside, it twists and then you get yourself into a tizzle, which I just literally just did. Little tip is, if you use another spring, you can just hook it on there and pull it in and poke it in. Never seen that before. Don't have holes here, so I'm gonna have to drill them out. They haven't been drilled out there and there, so I'm gonna have to quickly do that. There you go. We've got 5 springs. Screwed it right back. That's nice and tight. Not gonna move and should be better for our sound. Now I need to hoover up all these metal filings so we don't get ourselves in a tizzle with those. Ready to be strung up and set up. I'm not going to go through this with you because I've done it before and it causes arguments. The way I set guitars up is the way I set guitars up, and I set them up for my personal preference. Some people like a really low action, some people like it not so low, etc, etc. I mean, some of my guitars are real low. I've got them really low, and some aren't. Depends on the guitar. Some guitars will let you go really low, some won't, no matter what you do. There are ways of obviously leveling easy for you to say, leveling frets and all that kind of thing, and shimming necks and all of that stuff. There's so many methods of doing it. I do it the way I do it, and whenever I've done it for anyone, they've always been really happy. And when people play my guitars, they're like, wow, this plays really nice. So that's all you need to know, really. So we'll just go straight on with the demo with this. I do have a video, which I'll stick up now, on how to set up your guitar really quickly using I think I'm using a library card or something, but it's just a little hack, if you want to check that out. But there are tons of videos on setting up guitars by people much more skilled than me. I'm not a luthier, I'm an enthusiast, and I just build guitars and work on guitars and do silly things. Okay, so that's that over. Disclaimer done. Yeah. And there you have it, folks. This is the Chantry Strat, whatever. I was right about the neck. The neck is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I've got the Harley Benton Black Paisley over here, which is quite similar, as well as my LED guitar. After that bit of noodling, bearing in mind the strings are brand new, it is still in tune. The pickups are really high output. It's so much that this is a clean channel, and it's distorting the signal. Sounds wonderful. Love it. So let's just compare that quickly to the Harley Benton, which has the Roswells in it. Alright, so this is the Harley Benton Black Paisley, which I use quite a lot, and I've spent a lot of time setting this guitar up. It is an absolute dream to play. You can hear it. The difference, you know? Try the other guitar. Now this one is very, very similar to that one. This is a plywood body though. Same kind of pickups as what's in that one. Sounds like this. I quite like these cheap pickups. Don't bash me for it, but I kind of like them. And then going back. Like I said, the neck is absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you can pick one of these up, if you can find one of these, I would definitely recommend it as an upgrading platform. It's a solid wood body. It's a rosewood fretboard. It's a gorgeous neck. The fretwork is absolutely spot on. The tuners are actually nice and smooth as well, better than the stock ones that came with the Harley Benton. I've got fenders on there now, but you know, I'm just saying. Pickups are just fine. This I would gig this without a shadow of a doubt. I would not hesitate to picking this up and taking it to a gig. 10 quid on Marketplace. I think they only retailed at 70 brand new anyway. What a shocker. Who would have known? Anyway, what's your thoughts? What's the point of this video? The point of this video is, look, if you just hunt around, you can pick up some really good stuff for cheap. If you want to. Do you know what I mean? I like the cheap stuff. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Buy some merch if you want to. All the links are in the description. Follow me on Twitch. I'm now back with Hutch Clubs on Thursday evenings. We did one just last night. It was a disaster. Because the chat kept getting timed out, but I figured it out now. So I will try and do a bonus stream before the next Thursday Hutch Club. But it is every Thursday at 7 PM where I play original music. I do show and tells. We have a little bit of a chat, a little bit of a boogie. All that kind of stuff. Unboxings. We might get back to songwriting like we used to in the old days, but we'll see how that goes. So, anyway, peace till next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We're going for 10,000 subs. We've got to get 10,000 subs by this time next year. Sooner, if possible. Hope you enjoyed the video. Till the next one. Peace. Till next time. Jingle? Is there a jingle?
1, 2, 3, 4. If you like my YouTube show, hit like and comment and get involved. If you dig my vibe, then hit subscribe and never miss an episode of my YouTube show. Peace. Till next time.